Harry Potter and the Order of the Cell.
The nucleus houses the DNA and is the control center of the cell. The nucleus is found only in eukaryotic cells and is surrounded by a double membrane and nuclear pores.
Chris Columbus is like the nucleus because he controls the production of the movie and protects the script, which is like the DNA.
Ribosomes synthesize proteins and can be found either free in the cytoplasm or bound to the roughy R. Free ribosomes make proteins for use inside the cell, while bound ribosomes make proteins for the cell membrane to export.
The actors in the Harry Potter film, Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson, are like the ribosomes in a cell because ribosomes make proteins and actors make scenes. The densely stained nucleolus is the site of ribosome production.
Susie Figgins, the casting agent of Harry Potter, is like the nucleolus because she chooses the actors who will become the characters of the movie. The actors that Susie Figgins chooses are like the ribosomes.
The mitochondria has a double membrane. It has its own DNA and reproduces separately through binary fission. It is often called the powerhouse of the cell because it produces ATP from cellular respiration that is used for cell function. David Heyman, the producer of the movie, can be compared to the mitochondria as he gives them money that kind of fuels the movie, allowing for it to be produced. The chloroplast has a double membrane. It has its own DNA and reproduces separately through binary fission, similar to the mitochondria. Both are theorized to have originated through endosymbiosis. The chloroplast produces food for the cell through photosynthesis. Nando's, a popular English catering restaurant, is much like the chloroplast because it provides food for the actors and the staff.
The endoplasmic reticulum is an extension of the nuclear membrane. The smoothie R lacks ribosomes and synthesizes oils, steroids, and phospholipids. The smoothie R is in charge of detoxifying the cell.
A drug and alcohol counselor on set is similar to the smooth ER because the drug and alcohol counselor helps keep the cast and staff detoxified.
The roughy R houses the ribosomes and transports proteins to the Golgi apparatus.
The camera is like the roughy R because it houses the actors in the scenes, like the roughy R houses the ribosomes on its surface.
The Golgi apparatus consists of flattened membranous sacs called asterni, which look like pancake stacks. It is often referred to as the UPS of the cell because it packages and transports proteins and modifies products received from the endoplasmic reticulum. The computers can be compared to the Golgi apparatus as they edit the scenes and put everything together. While the Golgi edits and packages proteins, computers do virtually the same thing, but with the scenes of the movie instead.
Centrioles are located within the centrosomes of animal cells. Centrioles help the animal cell to divide. The Warner Bros. Company, the distributor of Harry Potter, is like the centrioles because the centrioles help the cell reproduce, and this company helps the original to be reproduced into many more copies.
Vacuoles are membrane-bound sacs formed by phagocytosis of the cell membrane. They store various compounds, and in plant cells, the central vacuole stores water. They also transport substances around the cell. Hard drives are like vacuoles because they store substances, like scenes which are similar to proteins, and can transport these substances around the cell.
The cytoskeleton is a network of protein fibers. It is responsible for the support of the cell, the mobility of the cell, and regulating some biochemical activities. It is made of microtubules, microfilaments, and intermediate filaments. Microtubules shape and support the cell, and also serve as tracks along which motor molecules can move. Microfilaments are composed of the protein actin. They are responsible for smaller scale support and can be involved in movement. Intermediate fibers are responsible for maintaining the shape of the cell and fixing the position of certain organelles. The set is like the cytoskeleton of a movie because it supports the movie and determines the shape it will take. The cell membrane is made up of the phospholipid bilayer, proteins, and carbohydrates. The cell membrane controls what goes in and out of the cell, helps the cell recognize itself, and helps to send and receive messages to and from other cells. Mark Day, the editor of Harry Potter, is like the cell membrane because he controls what stays in the studio and what is released to the public.
Lysosomes are membrane-bound sacs of hydrolytic enzymes that can hydrolyze food and damaged cell parts. Much like lysosomes getting rid of waste in the cell, the delete button in a computer gets rid of unnecessary scenes, and when the cast forgets their lines or says the wrong thing, these mistakes are erased out of the movie by the delete button.